What's going on, my YouTube peoples? Sergeant One Type Each Meeples here today. I was gonna do another TTRPG book game today, continuing D100, but I think we're gonna go over this. This box, this dungeon crawler. The size of this, if you can compare it to my hand, is crazy. I know there's a lot of dungeon crawl board games out there, and I don't know them all. I don't claim to know them all. I've seen a lot. I have some myself, and the amount of stuff that is in this box, and it's got a nice little weight to it, is pretty damn sweet. This is Rogue Dungeon. This is the second edition. Okay, if you guys are watching this for the first time about this game, learning about it, there is a first edition. It is from Cerberus Gate Games. Cerberus Gate Games. I will leave a link in the description on where to purchase this. They are not selling the first edition no more. I believe it's just the second edition. Also, this game is also on Steam for a digital version. If you wanted to play it on there, I think it might be like $14. Don't quote me, but I think it is. I'll leave a link in the description as well if you want to go check out the digital version of this game. So, without further ado, let's dive into this. Let's open up this bad boy and let's look at the components of the game. I have a excuse me. You can't go wrong with the box cutter, right? AKA pin. I do know. Where was I going with my train of thought? I do know that a good portion of this game is played solo. The first edition of this game is played solo. The second edition can be played with up to 3 players. So that is an add-on to the game. And there's another add-on to the game. I don't think the rules are any different. The rules might be slightly different in one aspect, and I'll show you that when I open it and take a look at it. The box feels great. The art looks awesome. And here we go. You get that nice suction cup feel. Here we go. Rules. Rogue Dungeon rules to play, second edition. I love the color. I love the artwork. It is a total of 15 pages. 15 pages. And the art, it looks pretty straightforward. It looks pretty dang straightforward. I like it. I like it. I like it. So there is that. Here, I'll show you. Well, I guess you guys got a pretty good view of it right here. All right, what else do we get in this wonderful box? Tokens! Cardboard cutout tokens. Front and back, so they're double-sided. They are double. That's pretty cool. Double-sided tokens for double uses, and I'm dropping stuff already. Definitely thick cardboard tokens. So quality-wise, it feels great. It looks great. The quality of what you get for the price is pretty damn good. So we get some tokens. Now we're getting to some of the good stuff. All these board games. We'll push this off to the side. These board games, or I should say the board, where you put your character, if I'm not mistaken, there's one here. And is there another one? Or am I going crazy here? I think that's it. No, character goes there. Character sheets. I think these. Okay, here we go. They are 2. No, that's the same. That is the same. I thought there was another left side to this. I thought there was another left side to this. Because it looks like, let's see here. Nope, that's one. I think they're all the same. Nope, here we go. We got it. We got it. We got it. All right, here we go. There is a playmat. Now, there's what she looks like. I'm gonna give you a quick overview of the game here if I can get this all put in here. We'll put that right there. All right, so when you look at this game, all right, this is your character slot. This is where you put your character. This is where you have your gear attachments. All this is here. Like I said, I got a general overview. This is for your stats, and you'll put your tokens up here as your stats go up or down. This is the actual dungeon area where you put your dungeon cards, whoever monsters that you're fighting. And then more dungeon, treasure, hand stuff. I'm not sure exactly what these slots are, but and then this is monsters. This is where actually you put your dungeon, and there's dungeon cards, and I'll show you those here in a minute. And then the concept of the game is you have different levels of the dungeon. And as you move through these dungeons, one card is one level. Your goal is to get to the fifth floor of the dungeon and then defeat the boss. That is a run. That is one dungeon run right there. That is the basic concept. Now, here's the kicker about this. This is a big difference. When it comes to the difference in first edition and second edition, for one, is these boards. Excuse me. I'm not sure, but I think in first edition, the playmat where you put everything, I'm not sure if it's out of paper or a thinner material, or if it is cardboard. I don't think it is cardboard though. This is good cardboard stock, very thick. Here's the other edition. On the back of these, you have a bigger dungeon. Let me put this up right here. You have a bigger dungeon. Now, what I think you do, instead of running 5 levels of this dungeon to get to the main boss, you run this one dungeon, this bigger dungeon, and enter here and get here into the monster. That's what I'm thinking it is. I'm 99% sure. Instead of running 5, you get these. And on the back of these are different dungeons. They are all different. Now, this difference, it looks like the monster is in the center of the dungeon, and you can enter one of these ways. And then here is another one, and it looks like the monster's here, and you can start here on this one. And then on the back, you can enter here, and then the dungeon, it looks like the monster's on this end. Now, how you would play like 3 players is everybody would get a map. I believe everybody would get a board, a game board. And then you would share this mat. You would share that board together, going through the dungeons together. Or I think up to 2 players could play maybe just the big dungeon. 2 players play one big dungeon. Or 3 players. 3 players can play the one dungeon. Not totally sure on the rules, but just by looking at everything, I think that's how it works. All right. Now, let's take a look at these other components. All right, we got punch out, we got cards. This is another aspect of why I fell in love with this. It's a little aspect, but it's simple. It's a simple little thing. Instead of having just a plain Jane, very simple meeple, they actually put characters. Pink, here's your wizard. I'm assuming this is your warrior. Different types of warriors, a goblin. But all your characters are different right here. And they actually have art on the meeples, which I think is amazing. See if you can get a good look at here, right here. I think that's awesome. That's a nice little addition of prettiness to this game. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I open a Dungeon Crawl box or a game box or any board game in general, if there's dice involved, I'm a happy camper. I love me chucking some dice. I'm a damn dice chucker. And here you get 4 dice in here. I'm sure each of these represents a different thing as well. So you got your dice. This is amazing. All right. And as always, when it comes to dungeons and loot, board games, there's always a ton of cards, right? So we're going to open these up and see what we got here. All right, so let's chuck that off to the side. Looking at these, I know a lot of this loot too, when you get loot and stuff like that, you're able to trade the loot. You're able to use the loot not just for armor, but you use the loot as a trade value in the game too. I do know that. Then you have your potions. The art is really nice. The quality of the card is pretty cool. Camping gear for camping. That's where you rest and stuff. Energies. You got your food. Lock picks to open stuff. Rings, rope. Torches for light, I'm assuming. There's your cards. I'll put these in a couple stacks here you can take a look at here. Card art looks pretty damn good. Pretty dang good. All right, what do we got here? Aristocrat. So here are your character cards. Not this whole thing. I think it comes with 8 different characters that you can use in the game. Let's open this up. All right, so here are, now cool part 2, here's your character cards. Sorcerers, and if you look on the back, you have the male version and female versions of cards. So here's all your female versions, and then on the other side is your male versions. I wonder if the stats are probably obviously the same. Yeah, stats are all the same. But look at that art. That is pretty damn good art. Let's see here. Here's your bard. Here's your miner, your monk, your ranger. Oh, let's see here. And get a closer look at that. Right there. I don't know if there's any little bit. It's just a little bit closer in view for you. But yeah, there's your ranger cards. There's your characters. And then now, see, 1, 2, are these double-sided? Yep, double-sided. These are your actual dungeons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This dungeon is a little bit, I don't know if that means anything. It's a little bit shadier brown. Or is it just the way it looks? I don't know. Might be a special rule with that one. All right. Oops, how many was it? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 24 different dungeons in the back here. And then what you do is, let's see if we can get the light out here. You will come through the dungeon, the start of the dungeon. You'll make your way, and each of these little spots represent a different thing that'll happen. And you'll have, based off the symbol, there'll be a cards, and I'll show you here in a second. Different things will happen. And then your goal, obviously, would make it through here, and then the exit, and then you would go to the next dungeon and then flip it. And then come through, down and around and so forth to make it here. So there's your dungeon cards. There is the dungeon cards. And then here is your creature cards. Love this art. This art is pretty damn sweet. The art on these are really great. Shadow White, Skeleton, Wolf, a Zombie card, Assassin Vine, Dire Wolves, Elf, Evil Cats, Hobgoblins, a Cobalt, and then you obviously, I'm assuming, there you go. Here would be your, these would be, no, I don't know. Nope, I thought those were going to be your bosses. Ghoul, Cobra, Giant Cobra. Maybe these are your bosses, yeah. These might be the boss. I think it's 8 bosses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope, these are just more characters. Rust Monster, Air Elemental. Look at the art, the color. I don't know, the color in this video pops out the vibrancy of these cards is really freaking good. Griffin, I love the art. Art is freaking amazing. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There you go. These are your bosses. And then, yeah, these are boss cards. These are your boss cards. Love the art. Love it. Good stuff. All right, so we got character cards. We got boss cards. What are these? Different layers and sanctuaries, encounters. Okay, these are encounter areas. This is your encounter deck. Okay. Encounter decks. We got, what do we got in here? Okay, here's your, remember each of those on the dungeon cards, you have these symbols, different symbols on the cards. These are the symbol cards right here. So you'll flip one of these cards when you get to one of those spots. And then you'll go with the card and it'll tell you what to do. Flip over the card and it'll tell you what to do. That's what I meant to say. All right. Throw that off to the side. Nice and slick too. They got a nice feel to them. Definitely a little slick. A little slick. Cave in. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. All your purples, blues, greens, whites, yellows, and I think red. I think we're missing here is the red. Nope, we already did the red. Let's see. Did I see red on here? Did I miss the red ones? Blue. Where was the red one? Looking for the red. Turquoise, yellow. Okay, then maybe the red represents an encounter event. That could be it. That might be it as well. That could be it. All right, and then what do we got here? We have, ooh, I don't know what these are. Treasure. Okay, I don't know what these cards are. Don't know what these actual cards do here. Maybe instead of, there you go. Instead of trying to go like this and open it and mark the card, what if you do it on the side? There, Sergeant Meeple. All right, so what do we got here? All right. All right, making a mess on the desk. It's all right. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. These are starters. Okay, these are starter items for your character. That's what they are. These are items that you start off with for each character, I believe. Yes. Because you have here the rogue, the knight. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. These are character start cards. Yep. There you go. Yep. That's what all these are. Yeah. There's all your classes, the bard, the female bard. Yeah. Okay. That's what all these are. That's what those are. Starter cards or starter gear for your characters. And then this is more gear, items, weapons, stuff like that. And more monsters. More. Okay, there's some more weapons. Dwarfs. I think. Oh, you can have. I don't know if I want to say they're basically companions while you go through the dungeon. That's what those are. That's what these are. Don't quote me on it, but I think that's what they're called. It's basically somebody that can go with you in the dungeon that you can pick up while you're in the dungeon, and they can help you out. Yep, these are just things that you get from the dungeon. So that's what those are. That is what those are. And it looks like the ability to store all this stuff back in the box is pretty easy as well. Well, we put these here, and then we probably grab these here. And setting up the game isn't that hard either. I do know that setup isn't too bad. And to get going in the game doesn't take too long to set up, obviously. So when you put all this stuff back, you got a slot here, a slot here. And I guess we just put those slot right there. Meeples, easy cleanup. Easy cleanup, setup, put away, and you're good to go. Dungeon crawler in a freaking box. Lots of replayability. I hope down the road they do an add-on to this. Would be great. I will maybe down the road do a digital, do the digital game on Steam as well. But I think for right now, we're definitely gonna have to do the whole Dungeon Crawl, Rogue Dungeon, physical, in hand, cards, everything, and chuck and roll dice. We're gonna do that. Go check it out. I'll put the link in the description. You all have a wonderful, wonderful night, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care. Sergeant Meeple out.